Happy New Year, everybody. It is 2025. And would you join me as we read Psalms chapter 14 today? The Bible says, The fool hath said in his heart, There is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good. The Lord looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand and seek God. They are all gone aside. They are all together become filthy. There is none that doeth good, no, not one. Have all the workers of iniquity no knowledge, who eat up my people as they eat bread, and call upon the Lord? There were they in great fear, for God is in the generation of the righteous. Ye have shamed the counsel of the poor, because the Lord is his refuge. Oh, that the salvation of Israel were come out of Zion. When the Lord bringeth back the captivity of his people, Jacob shall rejoice, and Israel shall be glad. That is Psalms chapter 14. And there are just simply three things here that I'd like to share with you today. First of all, look in verse number 1. The Bible says, The fool hath said in his heart, There is no God. And when I first read this verse, I think of atheists that say there is no God. They don't believe in a God at all. But I don't think it's just that shallow. I think that if you should also live in a way, or you can live in a way rather, that says that there is no God. You may know that God exists. You may acknowledge that He sees what you're doing, but you are living your life in a way that says there is no God. It is as if you believe there is no God because you're living in a way that just does not care that He sees what you're doing. And we understand the Bible says, professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. And so many of the today's scientists will say there's no proof of God, and they're professors. They profess themselves to be wise, and the fool has said in his heart, there is no God. In verses 4 and 5, we see that the wicked people, the workers of iniquity, says have they no knowledge? They don't call upon the Lord. It says verse 5, they were in great fear, for God is in the generation of the righteous. And so they see God in his people. And then lastly, verse number 7 here, it says, Oh, that the salvation of Israel were come out of Zion. When the Lord bringeth back the captivity of his people, Jacob shall rejoice, and Israel shall be glad. And that is a prophetic verse, and if you understand anything about the Bible, you understand that that is where the Lord's returning, and we understand that Christ is coming back. And so I have three applications here as we start 2025. First, acknowledge God daily. Have the fear of the Lord. It's not a fear of what He's going to do if I mess up, but it is a fear that is a reverence and a respect and understanding that He is all powerful. He is all knowing. So have a daily acknowledgement of God. Live like Christ and show the world. Live your life in a way that shows that you have Christ in you. And lastly here, recognize that Christ will return. We've had many of these psalms have that theme of Christ's return. And so if you're a Christian today, I want you to acknowledge God daily. I want you to live your life like Christ's example. And I want you to recognize that Christ will return someday.